Capitalis, Capitalis. Yuk, yuk, Tati.
Going nowhere, and he's going. One victory on top of Nova Esports, and we need to start moving our attention to the second semi-final. This is going to be the second ticket to the grand final, and one of these two teams is going to be playing on tomorrow's best of 7. Twisted Minds on one side against AGAL.
Oh man, I have said enough about AGL yesterday. I don't think I have said enough about AGL yesterday. This team, one more time, gold standard of Honor Team competitive. You're gonna learn a lot. You're gonna see a lot. You're gonna see a lot of crazy plays. Wow. Most importantly, a lot of clean plays. So record it, take it down, show it with your team, and learn from it.
They're gonna have completely two different paths, right? Like AGAL comes in 4-0, easy. They on the other side, Twisted Minds, they lost the first game of the tournament, and then after that, they've been win after win after win. They were pushed to the ultimate battle, and that's not an easy task, mate. And they came in still on top, and they took that victory 4-3, making it all the way to the top 4.
Twisted Minds took the hardest route in this tournament. Still they're champions though. Then again, maybe we're gonna have the same story as series number 1. But first of all, I want to address is that for Team AGAL, it's the first time we saw the fan base. And we were like, wow, the support.
I'm telling you.
The support for this team is such a mind-blowing experience.
It's massive, it's massive.
Did you see them yesterday over there in the Amazon Arena, mate?
Yeah, it's massive. Their fan base is super massive, and how their fan like trying to flew here
Yeah.
just to support them is insane, bro. Like it's massive. It's
And
massive.
did you see the drums as well?
Yeah, like when
You
they're
guys have that
drafting
in Philippines as
Yeah,
well.
we have that in Philippines.
Yeah.
So it's not new, but
But
flying here
Flying
to
it
Korea.
all the way here,
Yeah,
right? That's
yeah.
a different thing. It's not the same just for me just to take the drums from home and then just take it to the arena. I gotta put them in a plane and bring them here, bro.
Yeah.
That's a different level of
you
commitment.
need to pay for that also, right?
True.
You
another
ship the
luggage.
drums, another luggage too. Shout out to the AJAL fans. They were here up until the evening. They were shooting content also with you guys, right?
With us.
Yeah, because they went here to do all of the HOK content, do the meet and greet and everything, and they kind of like go toe-to-toe with kids last night.
Yo, did you play any one-on-one versus?
With kids.
No, not yet, bro. But I want to play against AG.
I would love that. But you know what? You know who's going to be playing against AGAL? Twisted Minds.
Okay.
Twisted Minds is going to be playing against AGAL. The 5 boys in there, Clean 90, Highland, Shanks, and City Boy. They want to keep going with their Cinderella story. They started as no one was seeing them in the top 4. Let's be realistic. If you would have told me on day 1 the Twisted Minds was going to make it to the semifinals, I would have said there's no way. And they have proved me extremely wrong.
This team, actually, few people know, they have played Honored King since S2. This roster has stick together for a long time. They have the synergy, they have the camaraderie, they have the trust within each other. I think that's also why they are known now as the second strongest team right under Nova in the global region. So, I mean, this is secretly known, you know, among the community.
Yeah.
But today, can they take it up to AGAL?
I don't know, man. AGAL, Ran, Zoe, Ino, Sheng, and Shuai. Those are 5 top players of HOK in the whole world. It doesn't get any better than this. And the fans know it. The people at home knows it. And you need to respect that.
Yeah, they're the giants, right? They're the gods of, I should say, HOK. What do you think, Dogs? Did you manage to watch the games?
To be honest, I'm much more on a TT Global side.
All right.
Because they're young and super like, they know what they're doing. And I mean, AG, they know what they're doing also. But the thing is that I think TT have a little bit much more edge when it comes to gameplay. That, yes, they lost with to Nova Esports on the first game, but then they learned super quick. That's how young kids right now adapt into the game.
I like that.
They're super fast to adapt in it. And then, as you can see, they just stomp Nova Esports right
and
away.
they need just figures just to learn from them, right?
Yeah.
And that's where Doggy jumps in. That's where AGAL jumps in, just for them to be able to see how it's played, how you can become the final boss. Let's just call it like that. AGAL is going to be the final boss. Twisted Minds, if they want to make it to the trophy and to the final, they need to defeat that final boss in order to get their hands in the trophy.
The challenger. Now, again, I have my money on 90. Okay, I'm gonna pay attention to how 90 is gonna play in this series. Can they pull some surprises that we saw from last series with Xuan and Guan Yu in game 1? That was insane what Nova Xuan did, right?
Yeah.
To their opposition. So this might be the similar story.
Yeah.
90 step it up, Hailan maybe yell louder, right? Scare
Yes,
opponent.
sir. Yes,
Actually,
sir.
Doggy, like, I gotta say, when you watch, when you try to learn Honored King, I mean, like, do you learn from KPL or do you learn from global region?
I watch KPL, bro. I think what we need to watch right now is the Inuo.
Yes.
The gold lane, the marksman, the farm lane of AG. Is like, as you can see, the rotation of how do you go? AG is more concentrated on their farm lane.
Yes,
They're
exactly.
trying to farm more for the farm lane. As you can see, like yesterday, the match, Inuo need to adjust his position. He needs to go to the off lane just to earn that.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah, you know.
And when you know that you have a player like Inuo that
Yeah.
can be the core, you want him to have all the gold necessary, right?
Yeah, and what I like about them is that if Ino goes in, everyone goes in.
Of course.
Like it's kind of like an isolation play, right? Like if Ino wants space, let's give him space. But then again, I'm gonna go with Dave also. I'm gonna look at 90 plus. I'm looking at the big boy, looking at Hailang, the tower power, big fanboy here. I'm really looking forward for that next interview.
Let's wait and see what they are going to do. Well, The people has chosen their favorite, but you know what? Twisted Minds, they are certain that they want to rewrite all the different stories in here. The stage is ready. What about if we send it to the Amazon Arena, where Milos and Sky are ready to start this show?
Thank you very much, Isaac. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, we are back on the arena here at the Amazon Arena for KWC at the Esports World Cup. And what a day we've had here. Sky, a KPL ACL team has lost a game on stage. Never happened before, but still, it is not their key that got crushed.
What a day. We've seen Empire fallen, we've seen underdogs rising, we've seen tears dropping and more. We've seen dreams being completely smashed out. Everyone needs to be careful. You have to bring the best to the matchup, or otherwise, your dream and your key to the trophy will be smashed down right here.
And it is pretty loud, let me tell you that. When this hammer goes down and smashes those keys, it is your heart that goes down with it as well. Remember, it is all for one single thing, the opportunity, the glory to lift the KWC trophy here at the Esports World Cup. There's one more shot.
Of course, there's no more time for hesitation. There's only one spot left in the grand final. One more time, ladies and gentlemen, are you ready?
Ready!
All right, the world beholds your very last two semi-finalists.
Let's introduce them to the stage, the hometown boys. It's Twisted Minds! 90, Clean, Hailang, Shanks, and City Boy. The club has done nothing short of playing mind games with their opponents and twisting every prediction under the sun to their advantage. The KWC Dark Horse gave us our first ultimate battle on the main stage, and this is a Cinderella story to follow with all your hearts.
Next, the unkillable demon, the undefeatable monster, the reigning KPL champions. Let's welcome AGAL! Zhan, Zoe, Shen, Yino, Shuai. They're the most feared opponents in the total world. They are the living proof that Nightmare does exist. Now prepare to witness the start of a new dynasty.
What a game that we're about to witness, and what two teams that stand on our stage. Please, AGAL, Twisted Minds, you may go, place your keys, and take your seats. Gentlemen, all yours. What a game we're about to witness, Sky.
It's either the final or to the airport. It's a trophy or to the smash keys. Whether it's gonna be, who is gonna be the winner? Who's gonna be the taking the very last ticket to the finals? Let's find out that our semi-finals commence now.
我们下一场对手已经打到半决赛了嘛，他能走到这，说明他们实力肯定还是非常的强。然后我觉得的话，下一场比赛我们都全力以赴吧，来一场强强对决，给大家展现一场精彩的比赛就好。
Look at that damage, the Kachusa's going through. The dash in on top of Budget means that we are going to get the takedown of the Xiaoyang as well.
We will try our best to face the AGAL because they are very strong. I think the strongest player in AGAL is Ino because he's the brain of the team.
Resources, you need the objectives.
Look at Yuno here, he goes for flag here, but CR7 present for Netflix, he gets out right, but the remaining members coming in from Alpha 7, you have nowhere to go as you get taken down 1 by 1.
I think we will learn a lot from AGAL after this match.
你们有一个能挑战中国队的机会，看你们能打到怎样。
Let's see how far they can go. Let's see if they can make it. We've already seen some upsets today, and we're really looking forward to see what's gonna be on stake for this one. AGAL against Twisted Minds. Boys, what is in your untwisted mind, Majin?
Man, I'm really looking at the mid lane right here. You need to give Hailang the opportunity to get kills. What I like about the Tower of Power is he can play this utility back lane mages with damage, right? He can do kills and everything like that. So I kind of see a lot of respect bans here in the mid lane. But also going back to Dave's point, Clash lane is the priority, right?
Yep. I mean, I like 90. I want to see some great 90 play.
That would be
most
nice.
importantly, 90 and the entire squad, CD Boy, Hailan, they have a lot of synergy. They've been playing together for years, and this is the time, if any time, the time to truly verify, is your camaraderie, is your skill up to the level? Well, this is it.
Communication is key, right? And since right now we still have Doggy here with us. Doggy, when you're thinking about game and you think about communication, what is the key to have like good communication with your teammates?
Because on our side, like every player have their own role how to shot code a game. Like for example, if you're on the offside, you cannot shot code for
Twisted Mind.
your farm lane. So they need to have a good communication also in the mid lane. So right now what we need to see and look at it is like how the off lane we gotta shot code the game, because he will have the highest CC for the playmaking game. So for example, if you have a roam who doesn't have any crowd control or only have utility perks, so it'll be on the offside.
Yes.
They're gonna play on the offside. So that's the best part right now. So on AG they need to prioritize right now Dharma, Biron, something like that.
Maybe a Mayin.
Yeah, a Mayin, something like that.
The meta picks, right? Those meta picks. And I something very interesting, because when we had an interview with Xiang from TT Global in the previous match, he said that in this meta, Clash lane, it's so goated.
Yeah.
It is so goated.
Yeah, the one who wins the Clash lane. You don't even need to win the Clash lane. Like in the late game, you just need to find those openings. Like be confident enough with the flanks that you want, especially with the Guan Yus, right? So I'm actually interested to see, are they gonna prioritize it? What are the priorities here? Is it going to be a Mayin, or are they gonna counter pick?
So the most important thing about the Clash lane, more than the pick itself, is the structure of the lane.
Okay.
Because you have starting at 1 minute, you have the gold sprite that spawns over there. That gives you gold, allows you to farm. And once you kill it, open the teleportation, allows your entire team to teleport. And if you're starting to learn and getting deeper into HOK rotation, the map is pretty big, pretty large.
Of course.
If a mid lane mage rotate all the way to a side lane, there's a lot of risk. On the way back, you might be counter-ganked, you might be ambushed. But guess what? If you go to the Clash lane at 1 minute, you can take the teleportation and come all the way back to any lane you want. Truly, you can give the mid lane to jungle, you can go to the marksman lane, you can do whatever you want.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Twisted Minds against AGAL. This is going to be our game number 1 of our second match of the day. This is the semifinals of the KWC 2025. We need to go to the casters. Kindofu, Holler, what do you got for us?
Welcome one and all to the final series of the day as we have the global team's last hope. The KMW champion in Twisted Minds going up against the reigning KPL champions in AGAL to see who will get to play TT Global in the grand finals. My name is Holler, and with me is Kindofu.
That's right, it's your favorite kind of tofu, and we will be bringing your favorite series of the day, Twisted Minds. They are the final hope for the global teams going up what may be the biggest team from the KPL region, AGAL. Now, Twisted Minds are going to start with the hyper-aggression, Pei in the jungle.
They're going to start off strong. They want to go fast. They want to go furious. And actually, going up against TT Global, they had some struggles trying to pick the Pei because TT Global was banning it left, right, and center.
Yes, and of course, the biggest question on everyone's minds now is, can Twisted Minds pull off that one game? Because if there's any game to surprise AGAL, it has to be game number 1.
It has to be game number 1. I mean, just setting the tone. I mean, it was great for the Nova in the last series, but I want to see more than one. I do think that Twisted Minds, if they're able to play well and really stick it to AGAL early, I think that they're going to have a much better chance in this series.
It's going to be a very tough one, though, because you have the flow-born tank with the Da Xiao combination, and we've already seen how effective that is. This is going to stop Twisted Minds from having a successful invasion into the AGAL jungle. Now, Twisted Minds, they pick up the Lady Sun and the Dia as well. Good heals, good bursts in the form of Lady Sun, but is it enough against these KPL giants?
Yeah, it's not going to be easy. The Da Xiao is the biggest one, at least for me, is that your ability to kind of reposition, get back to the base whenever you need, and kind of split push at will, saving your potential teammates. This could be a problem to deal with.
And you know what? It will also split up the team fight between Twisted Minds. That's one of the strengths of the Flowborn tank. He's able to go in, and if you can't control him, What does that offer AGAL? Our dear Eno is going to destroy everyone on the side of Twisted Minds.
Yeah, that could be a problem. But Twisted Minds, with this Lady Soon Diadea, I mean, this is kind of a squishier lineup thus far. They've kind of fortified, obviously, the jungle with the Pei, as well as this farm lane. Lady Soon and Diadea, not a bad 1-2 combination, though.
Not bad, because you can actually sustain quite a bit. But this requires precise positioning on the side of Twisted Minds, and hopefully a great advantage as well. And, you know, one of the big picks that AGAL had access to was going to be the Tyrants here, taken out. They want to make this as unfair as possible in advantage in the farm lane.
Yeah, they're going to try to take advantage of that. But with this Mayan pick in the Clash lane, who are you looking to pick and giving Nighty a chance with on the Twisted Mind side?
I think they need someone like the Fatih, right? He hasn't been banned out, which is a cause of concern, because when AGAL gives you picks, you have to be really cautious about it. Is this a trap in that Clash lane?
Okay. Yeah. I mean, we're going to have to see if they do. But, I mean, look at what they've kind of banned out. They've banned out the Byron. They definitely don't want that matchup. Again, it's kind of Nighty's one of his specialties that he's going to be going in with. But still, with this pick, it's the 4th pick for AGAL. Who are you looking for? Probably something to counter Lady Soon at this point, right?
I think anyone is fine, because AGAL, one of their strengths is the fact that they like to share farm. They like to funnel, filter, and, you know, distribute it to the appropriate people at the team at the appropriate time as well. Now, AGAL's final ban, this Lady Chun, actually hurts Twisted Minds quite a bit, because she's actually a great answer towards this full-born tank in stopping the initial aggression.
Yeah, slowing it down, getting on top. Plus, Highling plays an amazing one, and just having that utility, which is, you need a little bit more control. But it looks like AGL going a different route, so they're going to go the Hou Yi to kind of counter out this Lady Soon here.
At tank on tank, right?
Yeah.
So this Hou Yi is probably going to go with the tank version of himself. Not talking about different types of Hou Yi, but in terms of itemization, right? So he will play the percentage health damage in this game, hopefully lasting against the burst attempts by the Lady Soon. Her up after when her skills are on cooldown.
Yeah, all right. I mean, it looks like that's going to be countered for that one. But let's talk a little bit more about this Clash lane. Like, Mayan's still out there. You're looking to kind of solidify this draft right here. They're going to go with the Dharma and the Jaya and just get a little bit more in terms of levels with that potential early game lead from Pei here.
I like this idea, right? So on this mid lane, it's going to be Jaya. So Jaya is great at breaking the level cap. That's his passive. Once he hits level 15, he will help you break the level cap. The highest level you can achieve in a game with a Jaya is 25, and this benefit is shared with one chosen member on the side of Twisted Minds.
Yeah, and getting that lead, getting those levels is going to be huge, especially if this game decides to go a little bit on the longer side. You're going to have that advantage, and it kind of balances out from that Pei, which kind of falls off towards the mid to late game. But you have the Jaya to kind of, you know, level up your teammates, so you might have a better chance in that late game.
That's in theory, right? But in practicals, we have seen how TT Global, a very strong team, first place in ACL, has brought the game over to their previous opponents. AGAL, no lesser, in fact, maybe better than TT Global at this point. We'll see how they play their cards, because every strategy has a weakness, and AGAL is here to show you what it is.
So, going back to this draft, is this Pei gonna be enough for Twisted Minds to really kind of have a great early game, turn this into a potential game 1 victory?
If AGAL does not put 3 members in the jungle, yes, which I am pretty confident AGAL, they're going to be watching out the jungle buffs for the side of Zoe. And at this point, Twisted Minds, this is a tough challenge, but challenge you must, because they are in your way in potentially claiming that KWC 2025 trophy.
Yeah, and going into the grand finals, I mean, these single elimination, it's going to be best of 7. And we know that they're Twisted Mind fan that are in the Amazon Arena right now. Can we hear some noise?
Great job for AGAL. 让我听你的尖叫声吧。
It didn't seem fair because they had the drums and whatnot, and I think that's a huge advantage. But it looks like Clean taking a lot of damage. Be careful. AG going very strong. Potentially going for that kill right onto Clean.
This is signature AG, right? So they play very aggressively. Ideally, they will want to invade your jungle, but at this point, they know that the Pei is strong, so they committed 4 different members as a defensive measure. And because of that initial blocking, right, Clean actually very low on health, will not be able to engage into the jungle of AGAL.
Yeah, no cheeky plays, no potential invades, ensuring that you kind of actually push Clean on the back foot, right, by being a little bit aggressive, and he's got half life, which isn't going to be great, but he's going to be largely off the map for some time.
So another thing you need to notice about the hang on.
Oh, it looks like
nice engage.
Hailong goes in for this one. Sheng is going to be there as well, but turning on the damage. Shanks is taking most of it.
Okay, so while this is happening, take a look at what the role Shuai is doing. He's actually helping the assist in the jungle camps as well.
Oh, with those blades doing some serious work. Hailong, one last shot, and that's going to be first blood going the way of Shuai.
Silver lining, that kill goes to the roll, right? So at Shuai's performance here, this is a great start for the side of AGAL. Nothing less than expected for the KPL Giants.
I mean, it was the last hit. It was calculated, and they're like, okay, we got it. We can walk away. We ensure that we got this one.
I am for victory.
Okay, let's try and feed clean. We need this tiger to be fed. We need the meat, the protein for him to go strong, the muscles.
Yeah, he needs to invade more than anything else. He needs to find that protein across the map. He needs to be invasive. He needs to make things a little bit uncomfortable. They don't want to let...
Right.
Rekindle my heart's fire!
Sembun Skoke.
Every life has a soul, and every soul has a place.
Okay.
The soul vein gifted fire to Juno, and he used it to light up hope across the world. My blade cuts down the dangerous, and my shoulders carry our lives. May the flames of Jurong light up this land once more. I will repay this realm's kindness and save it from disaster. Reborn in flames! I forged my sword in the fire of this unyielding soul. You cannot put out a fire that retains its heat, nor conquer a land that retains its pride. Defending the world with all my heart.
An ally has been slain. An ally has been slain. Double kill.
Repay this realm's kindness and save it from disaster.
Alah, goblok.
Reborn in flames!
敵がいる。
When the fire illuminates the land, we claim the darkness as ours as well.
Ally has been slain.
Aduh, tolol banget ini, cok.
You cannot put out a fire that retains its heat, nor conquer a land.
Ballistae have spawned.
When the fire illuminates the land, we claim the darkness as ours as well.
Mark point を攻めよう。
Lah, tolol sumpah. Mai.
I will repay this realm's kindness. Disaster.
An ally has been slain.
Let the sparks illuminate this land.
Enemy has been slain. Fabulous. Fabulous.
Defending this realm with all my heart.
Mark point を攻めよう。
lamnya lam tank lagi, Cok. Bakal alot sih ya.
I forge my sword in the fire of this unyielding soul. I will repay this realm's kindness and save it from disaster.
Aduh, anjing. Kece biar nobar. Nobar apa, Ge? Hut bakso nih, mana baksonya? Kok dihapus sih sama lu? Mampus lu. Live chat tidak bisa berbohong. Live chat tidak bisa berbohong, Wit. Mana baksonya? Anjing. Mampus. Asu ini hero tap ini ya. Ai itu yang ngetik. Ya lu masa ai? Ya lu masa ai? Mana baksonya nggak baik kayak gitu, udah nawarin tapi nggak jadi, nggak baik kayak gitu loh. Mana baksonya mana?
When the fire illuminates the land, we claim the darkness as ours as well. Defending this realm with all my heart. I will repay this realm's kindness and save it from disaster.
Gue tadi lihat sih Yinuo cowok ngepik hoyi lagi anjir, nggak jelas buat ngelik. Alah, alasan. Mau lihat Yinuo aja, males lihat Yono. Kenapa emang? Kayaknya gue bikin ini dulu dah. Gue bikin Star Breaker dulu, baru Sig Breaker ya. Santai, kekuatan kita ada di late game.
This realm's kindness this and save it from disaster.
Ero tap sok jago lu ero tap.
You cannot put out a fire that retains its heat. Nor conquer a land that retains. Defending this realm with all my might. Fire illuminates the land. Reclaim the darkness as
GG nahan 17 menit lawan AG. Twisted Man. Bagus dong. Iya anjir, nggak yang kalah telak. Masuk ini masih ranuinya anjing banget sumpah, 110 loh dia loh. Ngapain dia sumpah.
When the fire illuminates the land, reclaim the darkness. We'll meet again, somewhere in this world. Defending this realm with all my heart. Defending the dragon.
Nice. Mantap ya, Rianya nahan. Ya Ria yang mana? Kasian lamnya. Hero tap-tap doang gitu buat apa anjir? Hero tap-tap doang. Aduh, hero cuman tap goblok. Filipin anjing.
New to Honor King, because we mentioned if you want to win against an organized team, organized player, or experienced player, you gotta bring in the chaos. Twisted Mind, they did. Look how many kills there are on the board today in this game. I mean, usually when you watch AGAL's game, you saw like
mau ke translate nggak? Dia ngomong apa ini?
This game there are over 20 plus kills all across the board. To show you, Twisted Mind is doing exactly that.
Yeah.
But back to Da Qiao, this character is so unpredictable. There's so many different things that you can do with her. So yeah, that might be some comp that Team Doggy learns. Thanks.
Klik telur gue put, udah nggak ada event gue di punya gue. Udah nggak ada event dinosaurus di punya gue, cok. Nggak usah minta klik telur ya. Udah nggak ada event itu.
AGAL knew that they didn't want to allow that happening. And that's why in the moment that they wanted to finish the game at 13 minutes. Let's be realistic. They wanted to go for the push, and it was 90 the one that just actually came in clutch and allowed them just to really keep that alive.
Yeah.
But the game should have finished at 12:30, 13 minutes probably, and they pushed it all the way
Sombong.
to 17. They hold 1 or 2 more waves, and probably will see the Tempest Dragon.
Dibilangin udah nggak ada event gue itu, cok. Di akun gue udah nggak ada event itu, cok.
But some of those team fights, maybe the nerves are getting into them, especially like we saw this. You are agreeing with me, like Kai Lang is kind of like making a flash that kind of like wasted a flash that he could have like maybe just walked, right?
Like on the early game, we saw Helang using the Zia, like he flashed on the gun.
Yeah.
Even though he doesn't need to do it.
Ngeyel lu ngeyel. Nih. Udah kagak ada event itu, cok. Nih. Udah kagak ada. Nih, cuman itu aja, udah kagak ada event itu di punya gua, cok. Dibilang ngeyel lu anjir, ngeyel.
Hard on the first game. The draft, the batting phase is kind of predictable, but the pick of AG is not predictable because we're getting the flowborn tank jungle thing, and then you know they took Gun and Mo, like it's with a combo with Hui. It's so unpredictable, but they also believe this man can do it. I think they can do it.
I am really looking forward to see what's going to happen right over there. The ban and pick already started. What about we toss it to the casters? Boys, take it from here.
Thank you so much for that analysis on game number 1. Now, all of your future depends on the decisions that you make today. And AGAL have made that correct choice. Game number 1 in their hands. And they're going to start off strong with game number 2 with the first pick on to Lung.
Yeah, talking about that last game though, if we're gonna be talking about
nggak usah ngelas, Bud. Apa sih? Apaan ngelas apa anjir?
And then enter the KPL Overlords, and now it's 2-8. Basically with TT Global winning, and then that last game right there. So they're the only teams that can win with that hero.
I mean, it really comes down to experience, right? Learning and testing this hero out, learning about the limits you can push. Now, Twisted Minds, their limits have been pushed. Today is an important day for them. Even if it's a learning experience, I want them to put the strongest foot forward. And with a Changfei and Jaya combination, I think that's a great start.
Yeah, look at how fast AGAL drafts. Like insta counter picks. They know exactly what they want. They were going to go with the Dole here and the Menki to kind of just make this team way more robust. A very strong lineup thus far in the first phase.
And I think if you take a look at the patterns of the KPL Giants that have come here, that the frontliner is always so hard to take down. And with the help of these big burst people, right? Number one, you now have a Loom. Previous game,
Dolia Long lagi, ya emang bagus yo. Dolia Long bisa ulti 2 kali. Sama Menki juga bisa.
Take a page out of their book, and we'll see Fatih, that third pick in the final phase.
When you're getting sliced and diced, you're thinking that is love? That's how you're making that analysis with the Gan and Mo pick? That seems very interesting to me.
Well, I have been taught that there are different ways to show love, and sometimes you have to give a little bit of tough love. So, Twisted Minds getting a little bit of tough love from the very strict teacher, AGAL.
All right, we don't have to talk about the
Itu mobil bak anjing, token.
A little bit later, but going into this one, I mean, the first phase, the Fatih has been, dare I say, a bit
Token gak sekeras itu anjir.
incredibly strong. Teams have really been able to excel with it. It's kind of been having that first emergence on the global stage, considering it's been a newer hero. But is this a good pick in this lineup for Twisted Minds here?
Only if Twisted Minds go for the extremes. They need a mega tank or a pick-off composition with an assassin pick, because there's no Ogre, there is no Musashi, there's no one big enough to really melt down this furball that is Menki.
Yeah, it's not going to be easy. They're going to definitely need some sort of damage. And I mean, if he jumps onto the back line, and you're looking at Princess Frost and D-Ren-J as prime targets for this Menki to get that perfect Dream Realm off, you need to ensure that you're, again, spaced out on understanding how that team fight is supposed to go, and again, just take the right angles.
Yeah, so a lot of decisions to make, right? And everything needs to go in accordance with the timing. Now, Twisted Minds, they have been one of the rare teams that have surprised me with their Princess Frost pick. And here we go.
Jungle tinggal jungle ya.
And the Hano coming out from
Ogren udah di ban. Flowborn udah di ban.
2025.
Pai udah dipakai tadi ya. Terus mau pakai apa ini Dun?
No, 4 uncatchables. You have the Loom, you have the Menki, the Mir,
Luna coy.
Are you going to burst?
Luna anjir.
All of them down.
Yeah, you have to get all of them down, plus the Celestial Melodies available, so trying to chip into this one. This seems like a very tough, like self-sufficient, very in-your-face, tanky lineup that's going to be tough nut for Twisted Minds to crack.
This kind of brings me back to school, because this is like, you know what, I want to study for the test.
Anjay, bagus nih picknya.
It's meant to be a pop quiz, but suddenly
Mang ye.
not prepared. Okay. Now, Twisted Minds, let's see how they're gonna do. They have the Luna. This is one of the most
Heno bagus tahu. Heno itu bagus kalau buat tim-tim kayak gini Heno bagus loh. Apalagi dibikin tank.
Twisted Minds have been able to just actually fight back. They were talking about on the panel earlier about just how they were good so defensively, be able to hold on. But again, you got to do more than that, right? To take it to really to AGAL, you got to be aggressive from the beginning. And they got some kills in that first game, but they weren't able to turn it into like objectives and other sort of big neutrals. They lost almost every single one of those.
Do you know why it's so hard to play against a KPL Giant? It's because they're doing multiple things at the same time, right? So not only are they trying to pressure you, and one trait that, a lot of good teams and great teams do is they push you behind your towers that you're defending. So there is no escape. The minions will be in range. There is no backdoor protection.
Yeah, actually, the biggest thing that I learned, I mean, we were having a discussion with Isaac yesterday.
Heno Dolia combo ya? Mungkin nggak? Ya mungkin banget.
Right? So So everybody's
Ya emang kombonya itu,
when the minion waves are pushing. Also when the big
combo sebenarnya itu Heino sama Dolia ultinya itu jadi kayak gimana ya?
That's how next level of this team is. Well, let's see.
Jadi nyetun musuh itu berapa detik lah?
Members in the middle and Highland cannot have any pressure given to them.
I mean the minion wave.
Heino ulti, Dolia ulti, cok.
AGAL walking away with that essentially for free.
Ada pencetannya ding kalau Dolia gitu.
Shanks in a bad spot, being pushed away, and it looks like this is going to be a tough situation for him to potentially get out. Shuai getting a little low. CT Boy has to use the leaping savior, but now Shanks has been caught out. The flash away. CT Boy
belum ada 5 menit udah first blood ini kayak main ranked nih.
It's difficult on extreme because Twisted Minds, they made that lane swap. They wanted to get the winning lane against Ran as a mirror 2v1. Did not work out. Now even further behind.
It seemed like they were just out of position at this point. And Clean
Spirit
looking
up.
to go a little bit on the wrong side of this one. Yes, he's got that dash and that searing stab.
Wait,
He does connect on that one, but he eats a flaming.
Luna mencoba sangsing, nggak bisa sih kayaknya loh. Kurang ini Luna kurang jelas ini, nggak main kayaknya Luna ini.
AGAL commit so many members, the false clean away, they take the space right now. Look at the rotation, Ino back farming again.
Understanding the timings of the game, being able to take that sprite, but they actually get the Fridge of Prison, the nice little knockup. Yuno is not in a great spot. He's under the tower though, and it looks like Twisted Minds.
Anjay.
Goes down, making full use.
Sekali flame pass, sekali flame puff, cok.
And once again, they're crushing them in every single department.
Yuno actually just face checked that brush, and he was just like, actually,
Lam FMVP skin is here.
They can do, and they turn that kill into
beli nggak sih ya? Skin Lam ya?
Hitting on all cylinders.
Yeah, at that point, Ino was not even for yet. There was no escape, right? And the fact that Shum, took his confidence to a new level, went into the faces with his second skill, gets the melee form, gets additional resistance, he's able to fight 2v1, no problem.
No problem at all, and now Shung and Yuno both level 4.
Enggak.
Free cards whenever they want to use it. So this is not going to be an easy situation for Twisted Minds, because you have a bit of a long sustaining fight. It might not go in your favor.
My biggest concern here, look, Ino is already so close towards the eternal.
Hero tap kata lu ya emang. Ya emang hero tap itu Lam, cok. Gue aja udah jarang mati sekarang, Lam.
And he flies on out of there.
What a transformation. They might be going for more though. Shung is around here, and the more scepters of fates that first skill he lands on you, the more painful it becomes. So Shung now is just going to provide so much room.
Hailong waiting in the wings, potentially looking to go in, but no Winter is here. The ride the win on, and those scepters are starting to hurt. Yuno takes a tower shot, but AGAL putting even more pressure on. Yes, you have the leaping savior, but Shen getting a little bit low. Twisted Minds are gonna hold.
You know why they're so aggressive? Because Ino has his ultimate again. That's the beauty of having a Dole on your team. The Celestial Melody, the refresh. So Ino can go as greedy as he wants. And the greed has been great. 2,400, 300 ahead of his counterpart in the form of Shanks.
There are so many good Celestial Melody targets on this team. This AGAL lineup is just like on point. It's really perfect in terms of how they want to play around this Doldia here. It's going to be so tough to kind of deal with this really tanky, self-sustaining lineup that has ults that like reverse all the damage.
Yeah, so if you are in your ranked games, you get this opportunity, 5-man, pick this composition.
Direnji udah kepental dulu anjir.
Shang is going to get gone on. He's going to potentially use the Fate Rewind. He does get the safety. He goes 88 miles an hour, and he's on out of there.
He's totally fine. Clean, looking for an opening. If he can get the steal.
The Searing Stab, he's looking to go for that steal, but Zoe will pick that up with that smite. And it looks like with potential here, but Clean dashing away.
So once again, right, take a look at what's happening across the map. Because of Ino's
kalau lawan long.
at the bottom is open.
Tapi kan dia ada ini skill 2-nya buat ngebebasin Cece.
And once again, it's multiple things. They are invading the jungle of Twisted Minds. No answers because too many questions come.
Yeah, it's putting the pressure on, but the real fight is elsewhere. They're again just trying to.
Direnji itu mirip-mirip Hui sebenarnya, cuman kalau Hui kan tinggal tap-tapnya nggak terlalu ribet kayak si ini siapa? Direnji.
Yeah, just too tanky at this point. Twisted Minds don't really have the items to really go with this one, but they find the Dream Roam. Hailong flashes away.
Motar. Hailong sumpah. Hailong dari game 1 ya sumpah. Gak ini banget ini orang sumpah, cok.
in KPL. And now you know why he's so smart. The ability to choose when to put his ultimate refresh on the appropriate people. Zoe got that double dream roam, got the kill on the Hailang, and once again, map domination.
It's absolute domination. I mean, this mid T1 under siege, Twisted Minds, the Fate rewind on back.
Buset, lunanya sok. Lunanya berdansa-dansa.
The Umbrella Uppers used defensively just to zone them away, and Twisted Minds just need a little bit more breathing space.
No problem for the side of AGAL. Do you know why that's such
Padahal tadi bisa nahan, sekarang kagak. Draftnya bro. Draft itu mempengaruhi.
Will be tracking. It will land on you, and it's increased damage because he's already landed that passive mark on you once.
Yeah, he has a 1.5k net worth advantage over Hailang already, and now Clean in a bad spot. Wanted to
mati nih Luna nih.
Anything for free, they find Clean. He has to go, and he gets killed. You know, with another.
4 orang lah, mau apa dia?
Game, right? Play the map, and every single instance that AG meets a member of Twist, it's a 4v1, 4v3 numbers advantage.
A huge advantage here, and with this power play, AGAL will put even more pressure on. There's really nothing Twisted Minds can do, especially since you're down a member here. But with that winner is here, it will zone everyone away.
Yeah, at the same time, look at what Ran is doing. So Ran actually farming that Crimson Golem for himself. So every member is optimized.
The Dream Realm tried to go in. He's a little off the mark. AGAL, though, will take the top T2 instead.
That's a great trade for them on the side of AGAL. They don't lose anyone, but 90, he's hiding in the shadows, looking for an opening. But there is no opening on the side of AGAL.
And this is why AGAL and even TT Global is that, like, their positioning and the way that they move and they retreat, they're sticking together. There's no easy pickoffs.
There isn't. Clean.
Zoe goes in. He goes for that Dream Roam. He's potentially going in for that. But Ron trying to find him, and he finds 90. He tried to flash away, but under the tower, he doesn't care. Zoe gets that pickoff, and now with this infinite fastness, the Umbrella Uppers finding Shung, who flashes away, and CT Boy is kept lost, wanting on this point, and Twisted Minds doesn't really matter. The Umbral Moon will keep Ron alive, but AGAL.
Ya, kebonya cok. Kebonya kasihan cok kebonya.
It's like a wrestling match. You tag in, right? Once your skills are done, hey, I'm done. I have nothing else to throw. It's your turn to go in. And AGAL having absolute control, and with that control, they've netted themselves 5,000 in the gold lead department.
The way that they're playing these team fights is just really next level. I like the tag team, analogy that you made, because it's like really on point. But everybody is together. It seems like they have a numbers advantage whenever they go into these fights.
And this is one mistake you can force others to make, right? So as City Boy, he wants to throw his ultimate. He wants to get the bridal outburst. And when you want to dive on the heroes, look, the fact that Zoe's able to move around, he pulls all these members of Twisted Minds deep into a outnumbered advantage.
No, bro.
The perfect placement.
Backupnya bro, backupnya bro. Backupnya cepet banget bro.
Retreat. Twisted Minds will potentially hold at this one.
There's a damage limitation. Look, at this point, 8 minutes and 40 seconds. They do have the
dari yang ngejar 2 orang jadi 4 orang cok.
Map and wave management. That is the strength of AGAL. City Boy hiding in the sidelines, looking for an opening.
Oh, they find the Frigid Prison on the Zoe, who's getting very low, but the Dream Realm away, and he does get alive. Will go in aggressive, finds Hailang, gets the pick off, and the infinite fastness on back, but Choi will be killed. Twisted Minds finally getting that first one, and now Sheng is there, but with Nighty taking a lot, Zoe turns around and snipes him down.
Same formula, they were pulled too deep. Twisted Minds thought they had the advantage, thought they had the opening, but once again they
Inunya nggak kesentuh Jip.
Up to the side of AGL. His
Longnya nggak kesentuh loh, anjir.
So clean and paired up with Ran as well. The way they traded places, pulled the different members of Twisted Minds in. So beautiful this game.
Yeah, you know us like, Shuai, I just need you to stay alive so that you can give me Celestial Melody. If you keep dying, I'm not going to get that, right?
Nih.
Let's take a look at how that fight went down.
Inunya nih.
Bro. No. So low on a Zoe. Great attention to detail. He wanted to chase him down. But on the backlines, number one, they get the snipe onto Hailang in the mid, right? Ino did a great job of that. And Ran backed up with that solo dive onto 2 different members underneath the T2. That's how scary AG is. It feels like a bad situation, but it's great for AGAL.
No, they're finding the right times to attack and who they need to go for. They made sure that Hailang has had a rough time. Yes, he gets...
Mainnya kalau energinya full, terus ada shieldnya itu keras, coy.
He's been focused in. AGAL doing a great job of understanding who needs to die.
Yes, and we talked about 90, right? This Fadi pick is a great pick, but she can't do things alone. They get the freeze.
Oh, they get the freeze, but they don't have the damage, and Shag just walking away from that as if nothing happened. They find 90 on the top lane, and that's going to be a huge pick off for Yunua.
Malah mati, cok.
Lick their wounds at this point. Nobody can control Yunua. He still has his ultimate, though.
Zoe, though, just trying to fight 1 versus 1, essentially with clean. Hailang is there, but they don't want to fully commit for this. CT Boy with that umbrella outburst is not going to be enough. They've got the pick off onto Shanks, and now Twisted
Yunuanya ini si
on
cocok.
retreat yet again.
Too tanky, too much damage on the side. They also get that sneak pick off onto Shanks on the top side. Once again, this time a duo combination coming with Shuai with the slows and the burst damage of who also has that Crimson. This was how it went down. So once again, Shanks, he finds himself in this position where he feels like he has the advantage, but you do not have the goal lead, you do not have the item lead at 7,000 ahead. 7th heaven for the side of AGAL as they look to put a lot more damage on this T3 on the top.
I mean, but there's no minion wave. That's the only reprise in that sense of just being able to slow this game down. But I want to talk about that replay because Yunua, most times when you see the infinite vastness, they'll either retreat or they'll go super on aggressive. He's like a sniper, able to just navigate that dragon and just get the perfect placement for Shanks, and he ended up getting that kill because of it.
They will lose this T3 if there's one more hit.
They get that searing stab, the fate rewind on back, but it's not in a great spot. Clean continuing on, finding the back line, but where's the follow-up?
Wih, ngeri lunanya, asli.
Twisted Minds will come out with this 1-0. Okay, a great
92%.
Actually one of the hardest members to kill. I mean,
Ini kayak mabar VIP, cok.
that are so hard to take down. And yes, Twisted Minds, they get a little candy, but the big prize, that big...
Lunanya tryhard banget, cok. Lunanya tryhard banget.
Let's see how that fight went. Clean, I have to
Nah,
commend
4 orang dia lawan 4 orang loh, cok.
enough damage, level 15,
No.
next level, going in for the kill. The team could not back him up because they were quite low as well.
They were all so low. I mean, if they were there, they might have been able to completely turn that clean, going in aggressive. But the Umbro Rune, looking to just turn this around. The Umbrella outbursts have been expended, but it looks like CT Boy's in a world of hurt. Maybe he dashes over. Yes, he does.
Yo, buset, bocor. Bocor kebunnya, cok. Kebo setebel itu bocor, anjing. Sakit banget longnya, coy.
And with that, the Vanguards, the Overlords are flying into the base, the heart of Twisted Minds.
They've taken the bottom T3, AGAL looking to end this. They have to flash back into the
Kesenjangan ini. Kesenjangan damage, cok.
And they take the mid T3. The base is wide open. They've taken clean. Shuai taking a lot. Nighty gets that revenge, gets that kill. He wants to go in, gets the double, finds Yinuo, and Twisted Minds looking to turn. Shanks has been picked off, but these Shadow Vanguards are doing some work on the crystal. Nighty needs to stay alive. Zoe's going to be there. He's going to be very tanky, but he's just trying to slow it down. Nighty's going to be picked off, and Twisted Minds with only 2 members, but with these Shadow Vanguard, and the winner is here. How much can they do? Shen gets the double kill, and they get the base.
That is absolute domination. Once again, game number 2 goes in the hands of AGAL. Another good performance. And you can't blame them because, look, they played their cards to the T, to the
Pembantaian lagi, cok.
Just way too strong. Loong and, the lineup. This is a nice little 1-2 combination.
Game apa ini didominasi 2 tim doang, anjing. Didominasi 2 tim doang, anjing.
For all of these guys with amazing ults.
I mean, this is where the problem where more is less, right? Too many people to choose to try and get your burst on the side of AG. And look, there is damage on the side of Twisted Minds, but when you can't burst members down fast enough, and at the same time they're not grouped up together, Twisted Minds, you always find yourself in a pinch.
Yeah, definitely in a pinch. I mean, we're checking out these highlights. Look at how Yinuo is always able to almost stay alive. They've been able to find Shanks. They were able to get those pickoffs.
Yinuo-nya bisa selamat terus, cok. Anjir. Tiap tim fight dia selamat, anjing. Dapat kill selamat, dapat kill selamat.
Right now, they're always making you tunnel vision. You have to pay attention to this fight. You have to pay attention at this point. What happens when you are all focused on one singular part of the map? They look for something else. Eno is always away from the map, away from the fight.
Aku pengikut Ain sama, anjay.
Isaac and the boys educate us once again.
Kau boleh mengikuti Ain sama, tapi jangan sampai merebut albedo dari aku ya.
We've got Professor Dave and we got Professor Manjin with us, right? And that's going to be a lot of fun. Welcome to class.
I'm going to be your classmate.
You're gonna be the teacher, brother. What are you doing? It is gonna be 2-0 right now for AGAL, taking a victory one more time on top of Twisted Minds. In this one, it looked a little bit like
Saltear.
It's actually
Saltir.
becoming a little bit bigger.
Dasar pedo. Kau pedo. Kau pedo anjir. Sukanya saltear anjir.
Is the best offense. How can you possibly kill? It seems like a blue-green type of draft, right? You have the Long, you have the Dahlia as well. Haino, and even the Miyu, and even the Menki. Early on, if you're Twisted Minds, you're like pressured to, how can I counter build this? Do I go?
There's no way to burst any one of them, right?
Do I go early anti-tank? Do I go early anti-heal type of item? But if I go for those items, I clearly don't have any damage. So how can I win?
Kok pedo dia kan umurnya ratusan tahun. Iya.
Key to do it. Maybe the Direnji, maybe
Aura juga umurnya ratusan tahun, kenapa nggak suka dia?
It was very difficult for them just to kind of like grab one person from AGAL, take them down, and have a power play. There was never a moment where they have the numbers advantage, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Kau sama Entoma aja sana. Kau sama Entoma, disiksa Entoma aja kau.
Professor Dave.
Dahlia Long, Dahlia Haino, and Dahlia Miyu. I noticed that KPL region teams like to maximize the effect of Dahlia.
Orang gila anjing, orang gila.
You don't just see Dahlia along with a Duen. You see Dahlia with many different things all together. Dahlia could ult anyone in this game and make a
Protaksenku
We've seen AG play low Dahlia combo throughout their entire career, and they showed it here in a master fashion. So this is a beautiful game. Look at the stats.
Aku mau sambung nonton movie-nya dulu, baru selesai download. Kau harusnya nontonnya ya dari season 1, 2, 3, terus ke movie. Habis ke movie. Ih, 4 dulu apa ya? 4 dulu sampai pertengahan, terus baru lanjut ke movie, baru selesaiin season 4.
You were promised lessons, and you were promised that we were going to educate you, and they have got some moments from game 1, right, that he wants to talk about with us. So what about we just move the camera to Professor Dave? Professor Dave, please show us.
Go ahead. Absolutely. I got 2 incredible lessons for people watching at home, okay? Now I got an illustrator right.
Season 4 itu yang awalnya ke Dwarf Kingdom. Habis ke Dwarf Kingdom. Terus ya itu lanjutnya ke itu apa? Holy Kingdom. Habis Holy Kingdom baru ke kerajaan lagi. S4 ya itu ngancurin kerajaan endingnya. Urutannya itu S1, S2, S3 ya. S4 sampai episode berapa ya? Sampai episode 6 atau 7 lah kayaknya loh. Terus lanjut ke movie. Habis itu baru lanjut ke S4 lagi. Itu cerita urutnya gitu. TT Nova berapa? 41. 41. Padahal game pertama itu Nova menang, cok. Gak expect gue. TT diayam-ayamin di game 1, cok. Anjir. Aduh, aku lupa di laptopku udah ada nggak ya? Perasaan udah nonton udah pas tahun 2023. Iya emang S4 itu season 4 rilis tahun berapa ya lupa. Nah movie-nya itu baru kemarin-kemarin aja. Tapi kalau mau ngurutin ceritanya ya gitu dari S1, S2, S3, S4 pertengahan terus ke movie Holy Kingdom baru nyelesain season 4. Kalau sesuai urutan novel ya.
This is clean trying to invade a jungle, and AG obviously smells something fishy, right? So they're trying to get the vision a little bit, test the water, and is he clean, kind of getting caught, but he's skilled enough to get away. But 90, check out this criminal right here, right? Criminal assassin. He's hiding in this bush, figuratively speaking, okay?
Oke.
Looking for the right carry, and he.
Gue baca novelnya ya, gue juga baca novel Overlord.
And just when Sheng steps up, he comes in to the one-shot combo.
Belum ada kabar season selanjutnya.
And looking for an opportunity again. He's not rushing, staying in the team fight, soaking damage for no reason. He's just waiting patiently, right? And just when Daria baited team in, check out 90's engage one more time, right? Is now okay, this is the opportunity. Now they're in a
Benar, di anime banyak yang dipotong. Kayak pas pembantaian perang itu yang manggil domba itu banyak dipotong. Terus di season 4 itu yang bagian penusukannya si Philip itu dari dubur sampai mulut itu juga dipotong, nggak ada, banyak yang dipotong memang karena kepanjangan. Itu Holy Kingdom aja itu dua season itu loh, di novel itu dua chapter, makanya dibikin movie.
To victory, but guys, if you're at home, make sure to play the Hoi and Gunmo combo, or just play Hoi with anything, to be honest, because it's such a great initiation tool.
Thank you very much, Professor Dave. Thank you very much. We're gonna take our notes and we're gonna put it right out there for everyone just to copy my notes. Totally fine. Ladies and gentlemen,
seru, asli seru. Cerita Overlord itu seru. Tapi karena autornya ngambek, jadi kepengen cepet-cepet di-endin. Padahal dibikin lama bisa itu. Ngambek gara-gara ya banyak itu apa, bacakan-bacakan. Tiga menit ya guys, 3 menit kita ini dulu. Ini gak ada game yang kayak puzzle kemarin sih ya, padahal itu lumayan loh buat ngilangin stres loh. Game puzzle kayak kemarin loh. Tes apa? Apa tes apa? Komen gue banyak nggak masuk, Jir. Nggak tahu juga panjang lebar. Mungkin ada kata itu apa? Kata-kata yang nggak dibolehin sama YouTube kali. Digoreng apanya, Cok? Digoreng netizen Cina. Yang mana kita si Tete Global karena kalah ya pas game pertama ya. Ya begitulah, ngerinya netizen Cina itu kayak gitu, cow, sumpah. Ada yang bilang nggak usah balik, anjir, malu-maluin apa ya, kalah. Masalahnya kalahnya itu bener-bener sepihak, cow. Bukan kalah karena ini apa, bukan kalah karena apa ya, karena perlawanan yang berat gitu loh. Kalahnya sepihak banget. Skornya aja gue lihat 16-1, anjir, di pantai-pantai. Sumpah, cok. Di pantai-pantai diayam-ayamin, cok, game pertama. Pas gue lihat itu ya, gue langsung buset, Nova, cok. Nova ngeri Nova. Asli itu kuda lumpingnya nggak ada obat emang. Si Nova sumpah, kuda lumpingnya nggak ada obat. Gue pas lihat match itu ya, aduh buset ini Nova. Sekelas MKL cowok bisa ngayam-ngayamin tim PKL cowok. Makanya cowok dia mendominasi di KIC, masih mendominasi dia cowok. Besok KIC ya yang juaranya Nova jelas. Terus kok langsung kalah, kenapa om analisamu? Bud, gue lihat lu kok nge-lag ya? Enggak. Lihat kurung enggak? Kurung ngapain? Menurut gua ya di game kedua ketiga si CI free agent kayaknya dia bakal diambil RRQ. Kayaknya bakal diambil RRQ cok. Si CI Jungle Nova ya yang tadi kan. Kalau ke RRQ gelo sih, IKL bisa gelo sih. Tapi permainan Nova ya sumpah bro, satu tingkat di bawah KPL, 3 tingkat di atas IKL kayaknya loh menurutku ya. Anjir bro. Makanya tim-tim Indo nggak usah sok-sokan KPL mana gitu. MKL dulu lu kalahin cok. MKL aja dulu lu kalahin, coba baru ke KPL ya. Lawan apa dari Brasil aja kewalahan kita loh anjir. Yang dimana di sana kan agak kurang ya tim-tim sana cok. Yang nggak expect itu kan kemarin kan Ahem inaktif, dominator Ahem kayaknya diganti ini loh, siapa sih, si Toshi masuk lagi gelem loh, bakal bisa loh si Toshi masuk lagi, balik lagi loh anjir lah, kagak jelas ya sumpah. Mending jangan Toshi dah sumpah menurutku ya, mending jangan Toshi lah. Guyu, kalau menurutku ya Guyu sama Tian X itu jangan diganti, soalnya dia itu baru 1 season loh, baru 1 season, kita kasih kesempatan dulu 2-3 season lah, ada perkembangan apa enggak. Kalau enggak ada perkembangan baru diganti. Soalnya si Guyu itu kan juga masih ini apa, masih bocil juga kan, emosinya itu masih belum bisa dikontrol. Terus kemarin pas match IKL itu kan nggak ada coach juga kan, ada coachnya baru kemarin pas di EWC ini, ada coachnya kan baru kemarin pas di EWC ini, dominator itu, makanya masih penyesuaian menurutku loh. Dominator itu masih penyesuaian, tinggal banyakin scrim aja lah sumpah itu tim. Bisa mendominasi, bisa nggak dikit-dikit, nggak tiap tahun yang juara Kagendra lagi, muncul di Inter jadi apa, muncul di Inter jadi badut lagi. Kagak jelas sumpah Kak Gendra sumpah. Kak Gendra kalau nggak mau dirombak itu ya ganti aja lah. Junglernya ganti aja sumpah. Coba. Jangan wirau. Rank apa bang? Masih GM, aku masih GM. Oh ya, aku ingat S1 perkenalan, S2 Lizardman, S3 kerajaan, S4 kekaisaran. Nah iya, S4 itu yang awal-awal di Dwarf Kingdom, terus ke mana lagi ya? Habis Dwarf Kingdom, terus kan kekaisaran yang bangsawan itu. Nah, habis Dwarf Kingdom itu harusnya ke Holy Kingdom kalau ikut novel. Habis Holy Kingdom baru ke kerajaan, kekaisaran itu.
Because right now they need your energy.
Oh, they definitely need it. I don't think I need to ask for the AG fans.
Overlord ada S4, ada S4-nya itu yang pertama atau yang salter bantai-bantai enggak? Iya betul. Yang salter bantai-bantai kuah-kuah. Pras kuah-kuah.
But going into this one, I mean, this is a must-win game for Twisted Minds here.
Yes, and if they play the cards right on the side of AGAL, if you're not here to experience it, I'll give you an inkling. It goes like, bang, bang, bang.
All right, it looks like Zoe though is going to be harassed here. Hailang trying to do as much as he
Lawan naga enggak? Iya. Awalnya itu ke Dwarf Kingdom. S4 ya. Habis Dwarf Kingdom terus bangsawan itu kekaisaran. Terus akhirnya yang putri siapa ya, lupa gue lagi. Putri kekaisaran yang jadi im gabung ke Nazarik. Cuman demi satu orang pria dia mengorbankan seluruh kerajaannya, anjir itu. Putri Renner anjing gila.
Cleaning it up. Okay, this is a great response. Twisted Minds putting the team tag of Masterminds to value at this point. Now the one-on-one on the top side not gonna go too smooth if Twisted Minds gets their play. 90, he's trying to hold him there, but I think Ron smells something.
Yandere bener.
Yeah, 90 and Ron were actually kind of in a bit of a skirmish in this one, but right when the camera went on, then they both disengaged. It seems
Anjay.
like gets picked off in the mid lane.
Okay, that's a great start. This is exactly what Twisted Minds needs to do. Now,
masih menunggu sesi Setsume kayaknya bakal ada di season 5.
Clean looking to go in for this one. Find Zoe though, but he's going to take a lot of damage. Zoe turns it around, but with Shuai
season 5 itu kemungkinan tahun 2026 tahun depan kayaknya loh. Menurut info kabar-kabar ya. Nggak tahu juga sih. Soalnya sumber utama keuangan dari studio Madhouse ya ini Overlord. Sampai dibikin berseason loh. Jarang kan Madhouse bikin kayak gitu, Cok.
Would have liked it if Clean was playing a little bit more passively, just looking to steal the enemy jungle more than anything else. That was a very ambitious approach and assault, and he really paid with his lives on this one. And Zoe just styling on CT Boy with that first ramp, pushing him away, but with that mirror domain, he's gonna just walk back and forth and push again everyone from Twisted Minds back.
Okay, so it's an even trade in terms of skills, right? Because you trade out your ultimates. Look, it's about less than a minute before the first tyrant of the game, so nothing too big in terms of cost for both.
Ada game 18-nya Overlord. Aduh, nggak tahu gue malah. Sampai novel yang terbaru. Yang Zetsi kena gangbang.
Just enough damage to get the pick.
Yep, Twisted Minds looking for the return kill.
They want to find it, but it looks like they found something juicier in Zoe, who was just like going through the river, got caught out.
Pro team shaking. They're shaking things up. Twisted Minds looking for another kill on Ron.
Clean looking for that steal more than anything else. That Sprite is going to be used. CT Boy with that first ram, finding Ron. They have the knock-up and they get the kill.
Unofficial. Gua nggak tahu sih. Soalnya banyak game-game yang collab sama ini Overlord.
What is happening now? Twisted Minds, they have found some.
Tapi bahasanya bahasa Jepang najis.
This goal gap is non-existent.
Anjir kagak. Di sini Ains yang harem. Itu kayaknya buatan fans loh.
Yeah, but the teleport coming in for Shang, he's going to be there in the bottom lane.
Hang on.
Oh, they find a nice little burst ram. It's Zoe and Shuai just limping away. They got knocked up though.
They got a flash from someone there. I'm not sure who it was.
Loh. Ini kok kayak seru ya? Nih. Kayak seru ini ya. Emang iya. Kalau menurutku juga, kalau aku yang bikin Ains ya, kalau aku yang jadi Ains, itu gue bakal cari item yang bisa ngerubah ras, biar bisa enak-enak sama Albedo, sama Narberal.